is Mandy Harley. I'm a senior at USM. My major is in IDS. My concentrations are women's studies and child development. My research proposal is on gender biases with the dynamics in women in higher education. Today I'm talking to Dr. Ann Blankenship. She's a professor at USM in the Department of Educational Leadership and School Counseling. Dr. Blankenship, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I went to the University of the South in Swanee, Tennessee for my undergraduate education. I have a BA in political science. After that, I went to the University of Tennessee College of Law, where I received my law degree. I worked as a civil litigator for about 4 years, the first 3 of which I spent in Chattanooga at a litigation firm, and my last year was in Atlanta at a real estate firm in their litigation department. I took a brief hiatus to serve in the Peace Corps in West Africa before coming back to get my PhD at the University of Georgia.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just have a few questions for you. So during your undergraduate and graduate career, did you recall having any female professors?
Absolutely. At Swanee, in the political science department, I don't remember having a lot of female professors. I think one came as I was leaving. But I certainly had female professors in other departments. For the most part, art history, in the English department, I think one economics professor, and notably one biology professor who actually made a huge impact on me because she was very compassionate. And then in law school, it was probably, I certainly had female professors, probably 30 to 40% of my professors were female. And then in my doctoral program, the majority of my professors were female.
Okay. All right. Because you have a law degree as well as your PhD, you have the experience of graduate work in both academics and more professional setting. Can you describe any differences among the ratio of female to male professors during both your PhD and your JD work?
So certainly the proportion of female to male professors was higher during my doctoral work. And I think that's primarily because I was housed in a college of education. My PhD is in educational administration and policy. So a lot of the female professors I worked with, well, at least some of them had educational backgrounds. Now their research foci, is the correct word, were quantitative and policy based, more hard sciencey than soft sciencey, but I just think that's interesting that in the College of Ed it's so much higher, that in the law school, even for some of the softer subjects, I had female professors, ethics, I'm trying to think of other writing classes, and I may be overestimating the number of female professors I had in law school. Certainly higher in a College of Ed.
Right. And that is like in the research I've done, that's where I've found that it's female professors are more prominent in the education fields. Okay. Your first career was practicing law, as you said. After completing your JD, can you speak of any inequalities that exist between the number of female and male lawyers?
Absolutely. It was really interesting because when I was graduating from law school, it was around the time when female law school students outnumbered male. And but in law firms, a lot of the older lawyers were really male, so they were trying to get more females in the door. Part of the concern once I got into a law firm was the year that I was hired for my office. They hired 3 new associates. All of us were female. And there were a number of female associates, but when you got to the partner level, I think there were 22 partners and only one of them in my office was female. So there was certainly a disparity there. There are more female partners in that office today, but you know, the different demands on female and male home lives, I suppose, potentially impact the route to partnership.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you are a member of an academic department at a major research university, do you believe that there are gender inequalities that exist in departments?
I'm sure that there are. Because I'm in a college of ed, we see a lot more equity. I think my department is predominantly female. We have, I think, 3 males and 5 females. So we have, I think, a little bit of an atypical imbalance. Even though we're educational leadership, so I can't even say that. I wanted to say that most of my students were female, but I probably have about 50-50 for students. But in the other departments in my building, I see probably more in the hard sciences. I see probably more male professors, like in experimental psychology. I think that there are more males than females, but in child and family services, it's really female dominated. So I think that trend still persists.
Right. In your opinion, do you think it is important for an academic department to have a balanced mix of male and female professors on staff, and why or not?
I think diversity in a faculty is important in all different ways. Certainly you want to have both male and female perspectives, as well as other different kinds of backgrounds. People that have come from different practice areas, different educational backgrounds, but certainly I think that, you know, men and women are different, and they both bring something great to the table. So I think that without some diversity, it gets a little lopsided.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for watching. So